Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session where I will be sharing with you how do you get a job with the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. And I'm really happy to have you on board. So without further ado, let us get started. Yep. Here we go. Now, I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first seminar or training to attend. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many a times, that information overload is what keeps you from success. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I'm here to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. The society, on the other hand, has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. And anytime you introduce yourself as an employee, you tend kind of to be taken like a second class citizen. I want to tell you this: most people, as a matter of fact, are better off as employees because that is where they have more satisfaction and have higher productivity. The big corporation, on the other hand, the education system, the government, wants you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I'm here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government and the education system wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about you and your success. And we truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job that will give you the highest satisfaction and make or utilize your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this training session. And so to engage you, I want to ask you, are you ready? If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, you are ready. Are you ready for it? I can see more people joining us. There's the Classic Nation joining us all the way in Liberia. Welcome very much. I can see there is Belista Awino Otieno. Yes, saying, are you ready? The big question is, are you ready? Are you ready? Someone in Facebook there saying, how can I get this? Oh, thank you very much. I can see now the yes have started coming in. Yes, yes. Are you ready? Yes, I can see. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. They are coming in. Yes, I'm ready. That is Natasha. Thank you very much. To see that you're ready, keep dropping that in the chat. I will be checking the comments as we go along. Now, I want you to imagine this, yeah? You attend an interview, and at the end of the interview, the hiring manager tells you the three magic words every employee is looking out for, that you have been hired. You start working, and at the end of the month, you get a pay slip that looks like this. Your basic salary is 180,000. Now, this is Kenya shillings. You can convert it to US dollars. Just divide it by 100 to have a US dollar so that you can convert it to your currency. You can see we have people in Liberia, India, Pakistan, Kenya, Somaliland, all that, yeah? Basic salary, 180,000 Kenya shillings. House allowance, 50,000. Medical allowance, 25,000. Commuting allowance, 15,000. This all adding up to 270,000 Kenya shillings or 2,700 US dollars per month. How would that make you feel? Yeah, I want you to imagine that. And that is why I want to ask you the first question. In a word or two, I want you to drop in the chat. Just drop in the chat. In a word or two, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Because I've asked this question to so many people and I get a wide array of answers. Some is about financial freedom, some is about taking their kids to good school, some is about traveling the world, some is about buying their dream house, their dream car. It doesn't matter. In your case, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? In a word or two, let me check here if I can see. Oh, somebody, is it Smita saying, yeah, comfort is about comfort. That is truly, yeah. You talk about it means I can save. Yeah. By the way, most people live paycheck to paycheck where you spend everything. There's nothing to save. So thank you, Anne, for bringing that up. That means you are able to save. What else? There's somebody here saying ease of life. Thank you very much. I can see Margaret, you're talking about growth. Yes, I can see financial stability from another Margaret. Okay, good. Yeah, and all this is true. By the way, money is an enabler and it allows you to do all these things in the different areas. So we shouldn't really look down upon this, and we'll talk more about when we talk about money. And as I start off, I also want to mention that when I was trying to prepare this training, I was targeting two types of people, and I hope you fall in one of these categories. The first category is a professional who wants to get a job with NGOs, the UN, and international organizations. If that is you and that is your dream, and especially if you wanted to get sooner than later, then you are in the right place. And the second kind of person I really want to help during this session here is someone with or without a degree and they are feeling stuck in their career. Are you there? You're feeling stuck and you feel only if I had a degree or not, or whichever position you're in, but you're just really stuck in your career, you are in the right place, because I'm going to share with you so much that you will be glad that you joined me this evening. My goal for this session is to show you the only way to get a job with the NGOs, the UN, is by acquiring what I call the badass pro skills. And the only place you can get these badass pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro. I'll talk more about that as we proceed along. And to those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, or you just interacted online, my name is Daniel Mutuku. I'm the founder of Career Point Solutions. Over the last 10, almost 11 years, because we started in 2011, I have been blessed to have experience as a recruiter, a career advisor, and also a professional and personal development coach. I am a certified digital marketer by Google, and among other groups, I am a very proud member of the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. I'm an author of 4 books. The first book I published was How to Easily Use Facebook for Profit, and it can help you even earn extra income even on a part-time basis. The second book I published was Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. And yeah, these 2 books are still out there for free. By the way, if you want to get these books for free, let me know. I'll drop a link in the chat. Conquer the year ahead. Make the next 12 months your best year ever. This would be the best book that you can be able. It's actually like a workbook you can use right now to plan for year 2023. And there's the ultimate cover letter guide, 101 sample cover letters for all professions. You will need them. I have 2 questions for you as we start off. The first question is, will you let me be your coach? Are you giving me permission to be your coach? If you are giving me that permission, drop in the chat and say, yes, you are giving me permission to be your coach. And the second question I would really also want you to consider is, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If you're giving me permission to tell you the truth, just say yes in the chat. Okay, I can see Eddie is already coming in, say yes. There's Saima saying yes. There's yes, yes. Okay, by the way, if you're saying yes to both questions, you can say yes, yes, or yes times 2, or whichever comes first. Sabita, I can see you're saying yes. Gabriel, there, you're saying yes. I can see yes, yes. If you're saying yes, say yes times 2, yeah? If you're giving me permission, number 1, to be your coach, 2, coach you, to mentor you, to take you through this session, and if you're giving me permission to tell you the truth, nothing but the truth, the hard truth, I can see, there you go. And as you can see, yeah, we are streaming on all 3 platforms. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, all these places. Thank you very much. I can see yes, yes. Oh, thank you for giving me permission. That gives me now the route to continue. Oh, I can't show all of them, but thank you, thank you. I've seen them. So with that permission, let's proceed. To help you get this, I want to give you a bit of my job search story, because this will give you perspective and you can see how it can actually even relate in your case. Now, I started looking for a job back in 2009 after finishing my school. And I was lucky that in 2010, that is when I got my first real job. It took me 1 year. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure a job. Mine took 1 year, and that 1 year looked like forever. And I really empathize with those people who stayed 3, 4, 5 years without a job. It's not easy. But something interesting again happened. Once I got my job, I started getting interviews. And in that following year, I went for over 10 interviews. That is almost an interview every month. Unfortunately, I was not securing these jobs. I wasn't sure what I wasn't doing right or what I was doing wrong. But came 2011, where I had this opportunity. I said, I must seize this moment. This is like my dream job. At that particular point, I was working in Siaya, that is western part of Kenya, and the Computer for Schools project. And then there was an opportunity to be an ICT teacher in an international school here in Nairobi. And I said, oh my God, I have to get this. And when I look back, I would say this is where kind of the whole idea of the Badass Pro skill started. Because how does it work? You apply for as many jobs as possible. If the interviewers like you, they invite you for an interview. If they like you, you get the job. And it might not be your dream job, but because you really need a job, you still pick that job. However, with Badass Pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. Like you're sure if I do this, this will happen. It worked for me, and it has also worked for several other people. Take a look at this email I got from Alexander, where he says, thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways, and Wednesday this week, I got the job. It can work for you too. So, and to show you how that was going to work, it is going to be based on these two secrets. The secret number one would be, how do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? And the second secret would be how to negotiate a six-figure salary. Now, I want to play this simple game. Now, imagine we did not have time for both secrets, and I only have time to teach only one secret. Which one would you really, really want to know? I want you to drop in the chat, either number one or two. Say one or two. Imagine we don't have time for both secrets. You have to pick one right now. Is it number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates, or would it be how to negotiate a six-figure salary? Drop in the chat either one or a two, and I want to see which one is very, very popular. I can see already Speta starts with number two. I can see Nash, you go with number one. I can see Shazad, number one. I can see Al, you go with number two. Margaret, you go with number one. Oh, now number one takes over. Number one. Really said Kelly, number one. That is done the way. Oh, Margaret. Okay, Margaret, you said number two. Well, Margaret was number one. Okay, so many of them coming in. I can see number one is really moving fast here. But anyway, don't you worry. We have time for both secrets. So I'll be able to share with you. So hang in here. I'm sure you will get a lot of value. Let's start with number one. Number one seems to be the most popular. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Now, I should take you back to the story I was telling you. I was working in Siaya. I came for an interview here in Nairobi. And after that interview, I was so sure that I was going to get that job. And I traveled back. It was a Friday. I traveled in the evening. The next day, around midday, 10, 11-ish, I was walking towards my house. I received a call, and I can remember vividly. It was a lady who called me. I picked and I said, hello. She said, thank you very much for coming in for the interview. And we are glad to inform you that we are offering you the job. I was jumping up the bit of the road out of excitement. Like, I got my real, true dream job. But then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened because I received a call from the same number. But this time around, it was some bad news. The same lady, same number, telling me, unfortunately, we are withdrawing your job offer. I got confused and asked her, why is that so? She said, because we took your name to the board. You are the best interviewee. However, the board rejected you on the grounds that this was a new campus we were recruiting for, so we need someone with experience teaching in an international school, having taught students through the IGCSE curriculum and taking them through the IGCSE exam. I said, wait a minute, I had none of this qualification. I didn't have any experience teaching in an international school. However, I ended up being the best. So how was I able to do it? And I want to give you this a secret. The moment you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds. And within the first 3 seconds, you should be able to show these 3 things. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. This should come straight off the bat. You get into that interviewing room. Number two, you should be able to show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in the organization, in that role, and that specific job that you are interviewing for. And number three, you should be able to show them that you are an expert. You have the knowledge, you have the skills in that area. These 3 things should come straight off the bat within the first 3 seconds. You might be wondering, how do I do that? The good news is that this is a learnable skill. I learned it, I've used it, and it has worked for me. You can equally learn as these people. Take a look at this email here. I got from this gentleman called Brian, and this is what he told me. Dear Daniel, I'm grateful for your service. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. Who get 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I secured a finance officer job, which I'm starting in January. You can see he got the job that he was looking for. Another customer here, this is Jeff Grui, sending me an email saying, "Hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming." A dream job, yeah? To be a registry officer. Now I am one. Thanks and be blessed. You can see how it seems to be working. Here is another happy customer saying, "Jane, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. I'm happy for the result. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best." Thank you guys. So you can see this is something that really works and it can work for you. Probably you might be having some of this question at the back of your head. How long will it take? I want to tell you, this is a job market. It takes time for you to be valuable as an individual. You are paid for the value that you bring into the market. Unfortunately, you're not paid for the time. Yeah. What about office politics? I can tell you office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how you can use office politics to your advantage. It's all about learning how to influence. How do I convince the management that I'm due for promotion? I can take up more responsibilities. I'm ready to move up the ladder. That's a very difficult question. Convincing, that is a difficult thing. Even us changing our own minds, convincing ourselves is difficult. Why do you set yourself up to fail? I will teach you how you can use influence, because you can influence the management to see you as the right candidate. Do I need to quit my job? Most of the time, I'll tell you, no, you don't need to quit your job. You might feel as if the grass is greener on the other side, but I'll tell you this: the water bill is also high on the other side. Sometimes you have to quit your job if there's some red flags. If we find them, we need to quit, but not always. Is it possible for me? Yes, I want to tell you, yes, very, very much possible for you. And I'm looking forward to showing you how you can get it done. So I want to say this with a lot of conviction in my heart, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And I want you to repeat this after me, right? Let me get a little bit closer here so that you can see me. And I want us to say both together. Hold your heart with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud, please go ahead. If not, just say it quietly in your heart, but with conviction, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. Yes, very, very much possible. Now, before I go to secret number 2, yeah, I want to pause here and ask you, how are you feeling currently? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling motivated? I want to check up with you. I want to ask this because I just want to confirm, number one, you are getting value. Whether if you're getting value, just type in value. If you're feeling excited, say excited. If you're feeling motivated, just drop whatever. How are you feeling currently? Are you glad that you did not go somewhere else? You are not doing something else. Are you glad that you are here, that you followed this webinar? We are only 18 minutes in and you're learning something. If you're learning something, let me know. Thank you, Agnes. I can see, Agnes, you're saying you're feeling motivated. There we go. Somebody else here. Yes, more than excited. I can see I'm feeling motivated. Thank you. I will come out. I can see motivated. By is it beyond? I can see you. Thank you. Excited. Yeah. Are you learning? I can see inspired. Thank you very much, Margaret. Yeah. All this. Let me know. What are you feeling? Inspired, motivated, excited? Are you feeling? Are you learning? Yeah. I can see someone saying awesome here. Good. Just listening as of now. Thank you. At least I'm glad to see that. Yeah, you are getting there. You're learning something, and you're glad that you didn't do something else with this time. You're only 18 minutes in, and you can see the value that you're in. So let's keep on going. Yeah, let's look at secret number 2: how to negotiate a 6-figure salary. Now, when I was doing research for this session, I came along this study that was done by JobVite, and they found out that 84% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. And I said, whoa, this is some good news. Let me just interpret it for you. Chances of you getting a higher salary when you negotiate for one is very high, 84%. But then the second piece of data also made me a bit depressed, because only 14% of people actually negotiate salary in their current job. And I was like, why is that so? Most people always wait to negotiate salary when they are going for another job outside there, not within their company. But then I want to know in the comments here, have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? Say yes or no. Yeah. And if the answer is yes, was it a positive response or was it negative? Was it bad, good or bad? So say yes, no. If your answer is yes, was it good or was it bad? Yeah. Just a quick way to see the kind of people that we have in this environment here. Have you ever tried? Okay, I can see attitude, aptitude are more important than the skill set. Thank you very much. And with that, oh, I can see already the Bond saying no, he has never tried to negotiate. I can see not yet enough. I can see yes, but it was bad. That is Angara. You tried, but it wasn't good. I can see somebody say yes, but it was bad. I can see yes, and it was negative. That is from Margaret. I can see somebody saying no, yes, not yet. Okay, so it's kind of a mixture, but most people were saying yes. It was like it wasn't good. So let me, oh, I can see at least one here. Let me check before it disappears. Yes, I tried and it was positive. So at least you can see that yes, it is possible for you to negotiate and find that it is positive. So I want to give you some tips on actually what you need to do to positive. Always start with confidence. Anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeeds. Anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeed. And it's not just blank confidence. And that is why I want to give you now the awesome tips here. And tip number one, it might look so simple and you might think, oh my God, is it that a tip? Yes, know the salary you want before you start negotiation. So many people will come into the negotiating table and they say, I want more. What, how much is more? I don't know. Right now you're earning 50,000. I give you 50,000 and a shilling on top. Isn't that more? Do you know? I don't know. You understand? I don't understand. Be clear on the figure that you want before you get. And this figure should not just be a random figure, 50,000, 100,000, 250, 270,000. No, it should be a figure based on your value. It should be a figure based on your worth. So the big question is, do you understand your value? Do you understand your worth? Then tip number two, just building up. Once you have recognized your value, then it is your duty to make the company to realize your value. Don't assume they know. Bring any and all evidence that you have to support your candidature and the value that you're bringing on board. In other words, you're answering, what is your worthwhile? What is your meaningful contribution? What do they stand to lose if you leave? Yeah, be very clear on that. And then the third tip I'll tell you is you need to have comparables to be able to justify your higher salary. Do you know how much someone like you, with experience just like you, within your industry, how much should they be paid? On average, how much should they be paid? Because if you don't have this comparable, it becomes difficult for you to justify for a higher salary. Now, I want you to look at these two emails here, yeah? And let me even try to bring it a little bit closer for you to have a clear look. Yeah, so this is Julius. Julius said, yeah, dear, greetings this evening. I'm writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I'm glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken one I prefer. I'm working towards completing my course. That is M&E, a course we offer here at Career Point Solutions. You are the best. Yours sincerely, Julius. Now, I want you to hold that thought in your mind. This guy, within 2 months, gets 2 job offers, wants to pick one and let go the other. And here's another email from a gentleman called Lawrence. He says, Dear Daniel, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal. Please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Yours sincerely, Lawrence. Now, my question to you is, imagine you're Lawrence or you're Julius, whereby you get 2, 3, 4 job offers. You have to pick one and let go the other. What criteria will you use to decide, I'll take this job and let go the other? Now, I want you to be very frank and I want you to drop it in the chat. A word or two, 1 word or 2. What will you use to consider or what will you consider, or what criteria will you use? You have 3-4 job offers, you have to pick one and let go the other job. I'll go with this job A, I don't want job B. What will you use to decide? Drop that in the chat. I want to see that. Yes, I did it. Got added. Okay, work-life balance. This is very good. Yeah, Smita, you talk about work-life balance. Someone else, the one that pays well. Okay, thank you. You nailed it, Nash. Yeah, most people make the decision based on the payment. So, and I want to say this: there's nothing bad with picking one that pays you well. Yeah, and oh, now here they come. Okay, okay. I think I say the one here, safe working environment. Yeah, and these are good consideration. But you'll find that most people make the decision based on how much they are going to be paid, and there is nothing wrong with that. I can see somebody's thinking about permanency. In other words, you want to be paid there forever. You want to stay there longer. Somebody's about the 6-figure salary rule. The best offer. It's about the money. Yeah. P and P. I'm not so sure what P and P means. But you can see most people are considering based on the money, and there's nothing wrong with that. A study was done, and they found out that the most important consideration in accepting a new job, 49%, is about compensation. It's about the money. 33% is about professional development. That is about growing, opportunities to grow, and 29% work-life balance. Mita, you fall right there. Yeah, life work balance is very important. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we proceed. So I want to say this, that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. And I want us to say it together. Yeah, let me pull it that I did earlier. Yeah, I want us to say this together with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud, it's okay. If not, just hold your heart with conviction and say it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Yeah, and you have just to believe that it is actually possible. Now, I got some question in this line. Somebody asked me, how do I network with the right people? Yes, I think networking is very important. A research done through LinkedIn found out that 85% of high paying jobs are gotten through networking. Yes, these high paying jobs are gotten through networking. So you need to learn how to network with the right people. What matters most? It is experience or qualification. Now, remember when I said I'll tell you the truth, nothing but the truth. This is one of those questions that really makes me get a little bit out of shape. I want to tell you this. This is a question when someone asks this, they want to run away from the full responsibility. They want to look for a scapegoat. You know why? Because when I say experience is the most important thing, they're like, yeah, I knew it. I'm not getting this job because I don't have the experience. When I say it's qualification, I say, yeah, I'm not getting this job because I don't have the qualification. I don't have the degree. I don't have the master's. So which is which? I want to tell you this. None of this is more important than the other. What is more important is what you have. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. If you have the qualification, use that to your advantage. Stop looking for a scapegoat for you to say, oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had this. How do I balance work and personal life? I think Rita brought that up. Yeah, in this day and age of mental health issues, it is very important for you to think about your work-life balance. You need to be very intentional, especially with these high-paying jobs, because more will be demanded from you in terms of more time, more effort, and you need to be very deliberate how you do the balancing. Am I too young? Am I too old? Again, same kind of question where I say, I will be very hard on you because there's nothing like being too old or too young. If you're young, use that to your advantage. If you're old, use that to your advantage. I was in a seminar somewhere, and after the training seminar, this lady comes and tells me, I think I'm not getting these jobs because I'm too old. The same breath, a young man comes, tells me, I think I'm not getting these jobs because I'm too young. So I'm like, which is which? I'll tell you this. If you're young, use that to your advantage. If you're old, I call it experience. There are jobs that are out there for entry-level people, and there are jobs that are out there for old people or people with experience. Stop frustrating yourself by looking at the things that you can't get. Yeah, they will be there for you. Now, I want you just to bring that point home. Look at this email here I got from a gentleman called Bill Shan. Yeah, he was telling me, thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heading to a well laid out youth-friendly advice. I call it youth-friendly. Why? Because this gentleman is older than me, but he ended up getting the job he was looking for. Did it matter my age? No. What matters is the result. The name of the game is results, not age. Are you able to provide them with the results? How do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? I tell you, it really saddens me when I see someone 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road only to realize they picked the wrong career direction. I will give you the tools that will help you track and evaluate your progress, right? Um, how do I fix myself in the succession plan? Is this the whole idea of influence? I can teach you how you can influence your way through to the succession plan. What are the qualities of a person worth 6 figures? Oh, good. You asked that. I'm about to share with you the qualities. They're actually six. I talked about BADAS. BADAS Pro. BADAS is an acronym, and those are the qualities. How do I get started? Oh, people are excited already to get started. I'm about to show you how you get started right away. Is that okay? But before I get there, I really want to ask this question, and I really want you to consider. And I want you to drop the answer in the chat. Yeah. My question is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get a job with the UN, the NGOs, and international organizations? If you believe, type in I believe. Don't just say yes. I want you to type the whole one. I believe. The question is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get a job with NGOs and the UN? If so, say yes, I believe. I can see, yeah, somebody say, yeah, yes. Agnes, I want you to say, yes, I believe. Yeah, I can see someone say, yes, yes, yes. Type in, yes, I believe. Agnes, there you go. Yes, I believe. Thank you. I can see someone else, yes, I believe. Francis there, yes, I believe. I believe. I believe. Yes. Yes, I believe. Joanne, you're there, say, yes, I believe. I believe. By the way, that is what I want you to do. I want you to confess it out there. I want you to put it out there because that is where it starts. It starts by you believing. By the way, I can do my magic. I can do all I do. But if you don't believe, it will not work for you. It starts by you believing in yourself. I will give you time, maybe with some seconds. I want to see all of them coming in. Sally, I can see you say, I believe. Thank you very much. Jesse, I believe. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Now, I'm not able to show everything, yeah, because as I told you, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, everywhere. But I can see all of them saying, yes, I believe. Otieno, Felita, yes. So as we proceed, now that you believe, because I told you, it starts with you believing. If you don't believe, sometimes it's very difficult for me to do the work for you. It's like exercise. You can't hire someone to do the exercises for you. You have to do the exercise. You have to go for the gym for yourself. You can't hire someone to believe for you. It starts with you believing, and that is why I'm giving you time. Thank you, Willie Kamau. I am seeing all of them. Thank you. I might not be able to do all that, but now let me say this: for you to really to get there, there's this program called the Badass Pro program. I define my own destiny, and what I want to just pause here and say: do you give me permission? I can see we are still good on time. I want to take about 10 minutes, share with you this program called the Badass Pro program and how it can help you get from where you are and get you to these UN and NGO jobs. And then from there, I can be able to answer any questions you have. So I'm asking you for your permission. Yeah. Allow me, if you're giving me permission, just say in the chat, yes, permission granted, or it's okay. Go ahead, share the program. Yeah. So my request is it okay for me to take 10 minutes of your time, share with you about this program called the Badass School program? I define my own destiny and how it can help you get to these NGOs and all that. If so, you give me permission, say, I can see someone saying, how we start. It's what I'm about to tell you. Now you're saying it's okay. That means you have given me your permission. I can see permission granted there. It's okay. Go ahead from Francis Ohuro. Good. Proceed. Permission granted. Okay, thank you. I think that is enough, and it's overwhelming. It is coming. They keep coming. Kindly proceed. Yeah. Thank you, Steven. So let me talk about this program called the Badass Pro. Now, personally, I am very proud to say that I am a Badass Pro. Badass is an acronym. Pro stands for professional. And for you to really be able to secure this job, this is what the Badass Pro stands for. An individual who is bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done to finish the job. A person, an individual who is authentic to themselves and to their own potential. Someone who is driven. They have that inner motivation. They will do the work without constantly being supervised. That is a driven person. An individual who is aggressive, In this world, nothing will be given to you, leave alone on a silver platter, even if it belongs to you. You need to be aggressive to go and grab what you believe to be yours. Not only aggressive, but also assertive. You're clear on what you want. An individual who is skilled, because in this world, I can tell you the difference between those people who are successful and those who are not successful in their career is a matter of skills. It's the skills gap. Remember the question: what matters more? Is it experience or qualification? None of that. What really matters is the skills. You can get your skills from your qualifications, you can get your skills from your experience, but if you don't have skills, you are doomed. You need to be skilled. And finally, someone who is self-assured. They are confident of themselves. They know what they need to do. They are confident of themselves. So that is a badass pro. And when you join this program, this is our mantra. This is what we say: I am a badass pro. I define my own destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. Quiet, not silent. Competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. If you join this program today, what are you going to get? You're going to get what we call the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program. The value of this program is about 100,000 Kenya shillings. Now, that is not the cost of the work. That is not how much it is costing, but the value that you're going to get. In these 6 weeks, this is what I will personally coach you on. Number one, getting started and becoming unstoppable, because I believe in getting you in the right track so that you can get the momentum and become unstoppable. Week number two, I will be able to coach you through getting to know your worth. Like right now, do you know how much you should be paid? Because once we identify your baseline, we can work towards adding value to you. Week number three, we will discuss with you how to build confidence and competence, because these two things go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are, the more confidence you have. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said, in this race of life, without confidence, you're twice defeated. Week number four, we look at how do you master communication, influence, and networking. Remember, from LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. I will introduce you to a network of high-worth individuals that will help you get these jobs. Week number five, I give you the tools that you need to track and evaluate your progress so that 5 years, 10 years down the road, you don't find yourself in the wrong career path. And week number six, now we narrow it down to negotiating your salary. What skills do you use with your experience and all that? So that is the 6 weeks coaching program. And on top of this 6 weeks coaching program, if you decide to join the program, I will give you for free one of our professional certification, again valued at about 100,000. We have 4 main certifications that we offer, and this is what helps people get jobs with the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. They are constantly looking for people who have skills in project management, project monitoring evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. I'm giving you one of these certifications 100% free so that you can have the skills that they are looking for. On top of that, you get the 6 weeks coaching, you get one of our professional certification, and also you get professional CV writing. You might be asked, what is this professional CV writing? Unfortunately, most of us have CVs, and these CVs is just a documentation of where you have worked, where you have been, the duties you have been doing, a list of your responsibilities, and maybe your referees, but nothing much. It's just a sheet full of fact. But a professional CV, on the other hand, is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about any company with a product or a service that they want to bring into the market. They will use billboard, newspaper, radio, magazine, you name them. But you and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves. So how do we market ourselves? We market ourselves through a professional CV. And we also need to be very clear, what is it that we are selling? We are selling our skills, our abilities, our qualification, and our experience to the employer. It is said from a very famous study that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they are going to read through your CV or not. The question is, does your CV pass the 6-second test? I want you to take a look at this CV here. This is one of the most common CVs that I normally see. Yeah. So this guy called Daniel Mutuku, Kenyan, married, date of birth, ID number, phone number. If you take 6 seconds and ask yourself, what can this person do? Because remember, this is the question at the back of the mind of the hiring manager. What can this person do? Yeah. And we can't gather that information from this CV from what we are seeing. So we give this person a benefit of doubt. We decide to scroll down and read their career objectives. And I have picked several career objectives and probably one from your CV. And as I read this career objective, I want you really to ask yourself, do this CV objective resemble the ones in my CV, either in tone or in style, or even word for word? Yeah. One I see very often. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. What can this person do? As a matter of fact, this one is very selfish. Someone telling you what they want to gain from you rather than what they are bringing on board. I am seeking challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Again, good wording, but not saying anything, nothing of value. I want to succeed in a stimulus, challenging environment where I can fully succeed, where the environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish, what you want to gain from them, right? I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, dedication. Good wording, but not saying it. By the way, this is a piece of advice. If you have this section in your CV, career objectives, go get rid of it. It is not helping you to get a job in any way. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you professional certification, we give you a professional CV, and we also give you sample cover letters. And this is very important. Yeah. What is a cover letter? Now, a cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a specific job. And I went ahead and picked this random job description for an accountant. And if you are to be an accountant in this organization, some of the things that you will be doing will be reviewing and establishing proper accounting systems, support budget activities, liaise with internal and external auditors, and then, yeah, so there are other duties. But if you read this job description and you feel like, yeah, this is actually describing me, then I encourage you to go ahead and write somewhere in your cover letter. You should have a statement that reads, I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that if someone reads this statement here, they will like, yeah, this is the person we are looking for. Get it? So that is the secret about writing a cover letter. But we'll give you sample cover letters. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you a professional certification. We give you professional CV writing. We give you sample cover letters. And we give you the LinkedIn profile guide. I'll tell you this. In this day and age, you cannot afford not to have a professional profile on LinkedIn. Yeah. Yes, I can see some people who have been joining me here, say Frederick, saying motivated on LinkedIn. Yeah. The question is, how is your LinkedIn profile? Is it really selling you? You see, unlike your CV, which is in your flash disk, somewhere in your computer or in the cloud, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep. Several people have told me, I was contacted with this employer. They asked me for my LinkedIn profile. I sent them. They went quiet because LinkedIn has the ability. The job will be looking for you rather than you looking for the job. This is what I mean. Take a look at this email I got from Salim. He told me, hey, Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have now been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week. Needless to say, the guy got the job. He wasn't looking for the job. The job was looking for him. And it is based on how he had positioned himself on LinkedIn. This is a post I saw on LinkedIn, had nothing to do with it, but I asked Rosaline for her permission and she said, yes, go ahead, use it. This is what she said. I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high, got called for an interview almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job now. That is the power of LinkedIn. Don't mess yourself up by not having a professional profile on LinkedIn. And on top of that, we are giving you 6 weeks of coaching. We're giving you a professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching, and now, yeah, we are adding interview coaching on top of that. And you can see the value that you're going to get from this. With the interview coaching, there are certain questions that you expect to be asked in an interview. 99.99% in interviews, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. And how you answer that question will set pace for the rest of the interview. Do you know how to answer that? And questions like, why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you have a question for us? How much should we pay you? We will teach you how to answer all these questions. So that is where you will get in terms of when you join the Badass Pro program today, you get 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. As in the value is about 210 Kenya shillings, yeah, 1,000. But that is not what we are going to charge. Now that you know who is a Badass Pro, are you ready to be a Badass Pro? By the way, if you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to be a Badass Pro, to be that bold, audacious, bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual? If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, drop it in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Now I want to see people who are ready to be a Badass Pro, to be that bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual. Drop that in the chat and say, yes, I can see. Yes, of course. Now you're also saying, yes, I'm ready. I can see someone else here saying, yes, I'm ready to be a Badass Pro. That is good. That is good. That is good. I think they are hanging. Oh, now they start coming. Agnes, you're saying, yes, you're ready. This is Madeline. You're saying you're ready. There is Dunia. You're ready. I can see Joanne Bernavas. I can see Wilfred. Okay, more and more coming in. So how do you get in? I want to tell you, I had 2 choices, yeah, when I was trying to figure out how do I cost this program. The first option that I had was to go cheap and get as many people as possible. I said, yeah, this is a good option. Let me go cheap, get as many people as possible on board. And the other option I got was to ask for a slightly higher investment in yourself and dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. So out of these 2 options, I decided to go with second option, whereby tonight I'm going to ask you for a slightly higher investment in yourself. But this will mean one thing. I'll take my time, I'll dedicate my time and effort to guarantee that you are successful in what you are doing. So the cost for the program is going to be only 24,999 Kenya shillings. You can pay in 3 monthly installments of 9,999 through the till number 715732. And that means you will be able to get the 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And if you're international, you will just need to pay $249, and you can pay in 3 monthly installments of 99.99, which you can do through PayPal, Visa card, whichever card you're using, you can be able to do that. Now, before you make that decision, I want to tell you this. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action this evening, because there is a 100% money back guarantee. You have a 30 days money back guarantee. If you join the program and you don't get exactly what I've said you will get, let me know, and with no question asked, you are going to get your money back. Now, you have 2 choices. The first choice that you have is to do nothing, which is risk-free and not taking this leap of faith and trying it out. You know what about this? This is risk-free. And the second option you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. Out of these 2 options, what is going to be easier for you? This time around, don't drop it in the chat, yeah? Just have it at the back of your head. What is going to be easier for you? Research has it that it takes about 24 hours for you to take action. For example, let me give you an example. Tonight, you have learned a ton, I'm sure. You have the next 24 hours. Tomorrow, a time like this, even if you're watching the replay, yeah? A time like this, tomorrow, I want you to take action on what you have learned today. And taking action does not necessarily mean just paying for the program, but think through about your CV, your cover letter. How do you answer questions in an interview? Yeah, how do you negotiate? Think through that, because if you don't take action within the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to 0, and I don't want that for you. The other thing I also want to mention before I get to your questions, yeah, there are 2 types of people. Those who get an opportunity to change their lives and agree with everything I've shared with you, see how it is applicable in their lives, and guess what? They do nothing. And the other type of people are those who take action and define their own futures. Between these two types of people, those who do nothing and those who take action and define their own futures. Which type are you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just keep it at the back of your head. And I want to. So if you want to get in touch with me, that is my email address. That is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. If you want to get more information about the program, Badass Pro program, just go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. Is that okay? Whoa. Before I even take up your questions, yeah, let me just say this. I can see some questions here. Let me say this. If you take action tonight, within the next, let's say 30 minutes or so, before we close this live broadcast, I am going to give you the 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters. And all you need to do is make at least that first deposit of 9,999 through the till number 715732. Or if you're international, just pay through PayPal. That is the first installment. You can pay through Visa card or whatever. That is first installment of 99.99, and you will get to join the Badass Pro program, and you will get all the 4 certifications. Now, let me mention this, that this offer runs up to Sunday. If you pay tomorrow, if you pay on Saturday, if you pay on Sunday, you will get one of these. You will have to pick one of these. But if you pay here live, when we're here, I want you to take action. I guarantee that you will get all these 4 certifications. I have my person right there telling me if we get the notifications of your payment, we get started right now. Now, and on top of that, by the way, you don't only get all the 4 certifications. If you pay tonight, you also get yourself a t-shirt. Let me actually bring this closer here. You get yourself a t-shirt written, "I am a Badass Pro." So you get yourself a t-shirt, and you also get yourself a notebook written, "I am a Badass Pro." On an evening like this, some people decided to take action. And this is Winfred all the way in, this is Winfred in Kitui, Eunice in Bungoma, this is Scholastica in Kikuyu, Winfred in Kiambu, more people here, Scholastica, this is Clara in Nairobi West, Winnie in Gigiri, this is Margaret in Gatondo, Francis all the way in Mombasa, and more people just like you who can take your action tonight, right now. And this is your opportunity. Don't let it go. If you want to pay, you're international, you want to pay through PayPal, let me give you the link. Just go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass and you will be able to make that payment. But if you're here locally in Kenya, just pay 9,999 through the till number M-Pesa, Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services, till number 715732, and I will be here to confirm that you've made the payment and we continue. I can see a question here, Diane, my choice as how to triumph, but went off. Kindly revisit. Don't worry, there's a replay. I will be sending you tomorrow morning. If you had registered for this webinar, you will get a link to have the replay. Is that okay? Don't worry about that. Yeah. I can see a question here. How much is it in Nigerian currency? I think the best thing for you to do is convert it in, this is the US dollars, then it's easy for you to change in your currency. Same to Esther, you're asking, you're in Nigeria. Yes, I can still serve you even if you're in Nigeria. Just convert it to the currency from there. Let me just continue. I am still, there's a lot for me to teach you. By the way, don't leave yet. Yeah, I still want to teach you 2 or 3 things in the next let me say 10 minutes. We will be bringing the we will be landing the plane, and as we land the plane, if you're there, you have some questions, you want a one-on-one with me, I'm going to give you a Zoom link in this live broadcast. Yeah, I'll give you a link where you join me now on Zoom, then we can have a one-on-one conversation. If you're watching the replay, you might not be able to join me on Zoom, but for those people who are here with me here live, yeah, you will get the link. Join me on Zoom in the next 10-15 minutes, then we can have a one-on-one session. Is that okay? Let me just say this. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, said that the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. You know why? Because that is where you will get the highest return on investment. It is said, for every shilling, for every dollar you invest in yourself, you will get 30 shillings or $30 return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such kind of return on investment? Nowhere. Is it real estate? No. But I've also remembered, yeah. I can see Wilfred saying thank you. But if you have, because you are watching on YouTube, the same link that you have on YouTube, the replay will be there. So after we are finished, you can go back and watch the replay. Go back to that specific thing, yeah. I can see Smita, you're already asking for the Zoom link. I'm going to give you the link shortly. Give me a minute, then we can have a one-on-one. You can join me on backstage, and I can answer all the questions that you have. Is that okay? Let me say this. I learned another thing called the 10-10 rule. This one I learned from Brian Tracy. And how it goes, we are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to help yourself. Use it to fund your personal development. Because when you invest in yourself, this is where you'll get the highest return on investment. I started this back in 2015. I've always been reinvesting in myself, and I've seen my income grow day in, day out, just because of investing in myself. This is your opportunity to invest in yourself. If you're here in Kenya, go ahead, make that first deposit of 9,999. You get the 6 weeks of coaching. You get all the 4 certification. If you pay here now, live, I've been told one person has paid. Okay, good. But I'm looking for about 10 people or so. So if I'm be able to get the people 10, we will close it, yeah? You get the CV writing, cover letter, all these services. And if you're international, just go to this link, which is Badass Pro, careerpoint.co.ke/badass, and go make that first deposit of 99.99, and you get all the courses. Now, I want you to look at this. This is an email I got from one of my students. Let me actually pull it a little bit in so that we can read it through. Just look at it. This is what it says, yeah? Dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs such as ILRI, One Acre, among others. With my new CV and sample cover letters that I customized to suit various jobs, I am now confident to apply for jobs in the UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interview invitations. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the good work and always being willing to help. Kind regards, Lucy. Always being willing to help. And that is why I tell you, I dedicate my time and effort to ensure that you are successful. Here's another one. Just a few months ago, August, as you can see, from a lady called Celestine. She told me, Dear darling, trust this finds you well. I'm back to say a big thank you. A big thank you. After I did the Badass Pro program, and with your guidance, I applied for a job where everyone was discouraging me that the job is too demanding. Are you sure you will be shortlisted? etc. But the confidence I had was out of this world. I went ahead and applied. We were 30. The second interview, we were 10. I emerged the best candidate, and finally I got a job with a 6-figure salary. To me, it is a blessing, and I will recommend the Badass Pro program. Thank you once more, and be blessed abundantly. This is the kind of results that you get when you join this program. I don't want you to lose this opportunity to join this program and get this kind of value. Right now, what I want you to do is ask yourself, how would you feel if next year, a time like this, you are debt free? You are living in your own dream home and planning for your next vacation. This is only possible if you decide to take action right now. Go ahead. Okay, second. 2 people now have paid. Okay. If you're here, those are the Libra M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Make that first deposit of 9,999. Get the 6 weeks coaching, 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. This is your chance. Let me see some questions. I think there's some questions here. Okay, yeah, some people saying yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Esther, if you're ready, go ahead. That is the address careerpoint.co.k/badass. If you're international, make the payment through your any card is accepted there, right? You only need that first installment of 99.99. Two last things now I want to mention. This is Jim Rohn. One of the key lessons I learned from Jim Rohn. He said, do not evaluate something based on how much it costs, but how much is it worth. If you're saying this program is expensive, you're thinking about the cost of the program. You're not thinking about how much is it worth. How much is it worth? Let me explain to you. It is worth, imagine you staying in that job that you don't like forever. That is how much it is worth, getting you out of that. Or it is costing you being jobless, seeing your dream jobs with UN, NGOs, and never getting there. Getting you off, that is how much is it worth. And you can see the cost that you're paying for it is way lower compared to what you are able to do. Is that okay? So you guys here, you have big goals, right? And I have a challenge for you. Let the size of the goal be equal to the size of the investment that you invest in yourself, because only when you invest in yourself do you grow into your goals. This is a chance for you to invest in yourself. Get a 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certification, project management, monetary evaluation, strategic management, all of them. For only making that first deposit of 9,999, go to Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. If you're international, follow the link. Even it's in the comments, or you will find also in the description of the video. Make that deposit. E to E ratio. Most successful people spend 95% of their time in education, and the bigger majority spend their most time in entertainment. Don't be that person. You will never be 100% ready when an opportunity arises. So what do? Just do it. If you say, oh, I wish I did last week or something, oh, I'm not ready. Even next week, you will not be ready. Even last week, you would have been ready. So this is your opportunity. Just do this. Now, here's the thing I've seen, and this is true. Your greatest fear carries your greatest growth. If you're there and you're feeling that fear, oh, I really don't know what to do, I want to tell you that fear is good, because that fear shows you that you are about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. Your mammalian brain interprets that as this is a life or death situation. That is why you're feeling the fear. But you know that you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And you will never grow in your comfort zone. By the way, this is how it looks like, yeah? Number one, you are here in your comfort zone. You feel safe, you feel in control, low risk, low reward. But now I have given you this opportunity. It is pushing you now to this place, which is the fear zone. And in the fear zone, you have a little bit low self-confidence. You start looking for excuses. Should I say, I wish I knew last week? Oh, it's so expensive. Or you start being affected by others' opinion. What will people say that I went online, I met this guy, I paid for a program? That is the fear zone. And most of you probably are there. But I want to ask you, will you retreat back to your comfort zone, or will you push past the fear zone to the learning zone, where you face your challenges, where you learn to solve problems, where you acquire new skills like project management, monetary evaluation, where you extend your comfort zone? Because only then will you push again to the growth zone, where you find your purpose, you live your dreams, you set new goals, and you conquer your objectives. Question: if you're in the fear zone, because most of you are there, will you retreat back or go to the learning zone and to the growth zone? The question is yours. This is your opportunity to go to the growth zone, right? I can see somebody saying, hi, Daniel. Okay, another question. Hello, which of the professional certification inclusive do I get to choose, or what determines them? Now, if you pay right now, when we are live here, you get all the 4. If you pay later on, tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday, you will pick one and you decide which one do you want. Is it project management? Is it? So you will choose. It's open for you. Is that okay? So if you're right there and you want to take advantage of all of the 4, just make that payment and let me know, yeah, in the comments that you've already made the payment. Hope we are good. Okay. Any other question? Well, very okay, good. Let me finish now and I give you the link for the Zoom. But then this is how the certificate looks like. Yeah, you'll have your certificate there saying your name right there. Like we can see CPA Beth Muregi. This is to certify Beth Muregi has been formally evaluated and assessed for demonstrated knowledge and skills in monitoring and evaluating projects using result-based management and has been awarded a certificate in, let me remove this, project monitoring evaluation. Yeah, would that be lovely for you to have that? So if you want to join me on Zoom, that is the details. And as we go there, I also want to ask you this. I remember when we began this session, I asked you, will you let me be your coach? Hopefully I've done a good job being your coach. I asked you, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth? Hopefully I did a good job doing that, right? If so, let me know in the chat. Would you want this to be the beginning of this coaching relationship, or do you want it to be the end? But then if you join the Badass Crew program, imagine having this every week for the next 6 weeks. Yeah. If it's the end, it's okay. So, by the way, I want to know in the comments, would you want this to be the end or the beginning of this coaching relationship? Is the coaching going to be one-on-one? Yes, coaching is one-on-one. The course content, you will be going through the content for the week. Then whenever you're ready, you let me know. Then we can have a one-on-one coaching session on Zoom. Is that okay? I can see a question. Daniel, how does one work international student after payment? How do you access the learning material? How long does it take? Thank you. Our course, it is on an online platform. We'll create an account for you and you can be able to log in and get the course details. Let me do this. I want to demonstrate how you get to that course on our Zoom call shortly. Yeah. So do this. Join me on Zoom. Let me even put the link in the comment. So that is the passcode. Please write it down, then join me on Zoom and I can be able to demonstrate how you can access. It's only that people on LinkedIn, you might not see this one here. It does not come on the comments right away. Yeah. But if you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, just click on that link. The passcode is salary and then join me. By the way, let me open my Zoom in the meantime. But yes, I'll allow me to demonstrate to you how it is done right now. So let me go, because you cannot join in the Zoom before I open on my end. So give me 1 minute. But by the way, I want to know in the comments, yeah, just drop in the comment. Would you want this to be the end of this coaching relationship or the beginning? Have you liked the session? Have you gotten value? Did I fulfill on my promise that I want to be your coach? I want to guide you all through. Yeah. Yes. Let me know. That's the last chance. I'm showing you. Go to Lipa and Pesa, buy goods and services. Then you can be able to make that payment. If not, then I have already opened my Zoom. Please feel free now to drop in there and then you can be able to join me. That is my presentation, hopefully to see all of you in our Badass Pro coaching program. So let me put this, allow you to join my Zoom. But otherwise, I'm really happy that you have been able to stay. Oh, I can see here they're coming in. Someone say, yes, Margaret, you want this to be the beginning? Join me. But are you among the people who have paid? I've been told there were several Margarets. Anyway, if you have already paid, please join me. And you can join me live on the Zoom call right now. Volunteer job available, if there are any, are they payable? Yes, UN volunteer jobs are usually payable and they're still ongoing and people are being recruited for the same. So I can see people joining in on Zoom. So I'll do this. Let me drop this live call. Thank you very much for those of you who have joined me on Zoom, not on Zoom, on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, wherever you have joined me. I really appreciate that. Let me finish this. If you can join me on the Zoom call, it take about 10 minutes to answer any questions that you might have. We can clarify everything. And until next time, I'm out.